As Oasis fans around the world prepare to celebrate the album What's the Story Morning Glory's 30th anniversary, here are my thoughts on the album. Hello, welcome to Music and Stuff. I'm Rob Lewis and it's Sunshine Sunday. Not only is it Sunshine Sunday, but today is the day I see Oasis at Wembley Stadium. Yes, on the 28th of September. If you're watching this on the day it's released, obviously, 28th of September. And as I sit here recording this, I can't wait. So the time this is going out, probably getting ready to see Cast. I've probably had a couple of drinks. Who knows? I'll tell you all about it in a future show. But the reason I'm here today is to talk about the 30th anniversary of the album What's the Story Morning Glory. Well, not just to talk about it, I'm reviewing it in my series of reviews. It just so happens that this has coincided with the week that it's the anniversary. I genuinely didn't plan it that way. It's just kind of worked out that way. If I did plan it that way, then some of my other videos that I do on this channel would have made more sense for the dates that they're on, but they don't. So it's just luck. So, What's the Story Morning Glory, produced by Owen Morris and Noel Gallagher. It was released on October the 2nd, 1995. It was actually recorded between February and May. Well, actually, no, some might say it was recorded in February 1995. The rest of the album was recorded in May to June 95. And a little bit of sort of personnel. So you had Noel Gallagher, lead writer, vocals and lead guitar. Liam Gallagher, lead vocals. You had Gwigsy, Paul McGuigan on bass. Paul Arthurs, also known as Bonehead, on rhythm guitar. And Alan White on drums. Although Tony McCarroll did play drums on Some Might Say. And I'll talk about that when we get to the song. So the album cover actually was in Berwick Street in Soho in London. It was on July the 23rd, 1995, and it actually features on the front is Brian Cannon, who actually designs the cover art for Microdot. It's Brian Cannon with his back to us. The man facing us is a DJ, and I've forgotten his name. Is it Sean Delaney? No, that doesn't sound right. Sean Delaney is connected with Kiss, isn't he? Sean Rowley, a DJ, Sean Rowley, or Rowley, however you pronounce it. And in the background, you can just see there is the producer, Owen Morris, and he has in his hand the master tapes for the album. So there you go. Yes, it was recorded. It was photographed in the early hours of the morning. There's various other photos in the album. There's the back of Noel's head and stuff, and there's also a slight variation of the album cover on the back of the sleeve. So, yeah, it was recorded in Rockfield, Monmouth and Wales. Let's just go through it then. So, track 1. Hello starts off with an acoustic version. Oh no, it's Wonderwall. Sorry. So you can hear Wonderwall, but it's like a very faint version. It was actually recorded at the studios in Wales, but how I understand it, they recorded the song Wonderwall, but then someone decided it'd be a good idea to record Noel playing it on a wall. So he took a tape recorder out. He sat on a wall and played Wonderwall. And that's why you can hear birds and stuff in the background, and it faded in, and you get this beep beep, and then Hello starts with the cranky guitars and stuff, and cranky guitars, cranked up guitars. So it's a great song, great way to open an album. I've opened many gigs with this song, and the only kind of negative is that Gary Glitter wrote the "It's Good to Be Back" line. So I'm not sure if he gets royalties for that. I read somewhere that he no longer receives royalties for that from the band, but maybe that money still goes somewhere. I don't know. Every time I start recording, that dog comes out. Really frustrating. Why? Why? Are they waiting for me? I'm trying to do an Oasis video here. So, but yes, it's a great song. Hello, it's good to be back. And of course, the band have been kicking off their shows with it on the Live 25 tour as well. Yeah, just banger. To be fair, the album's full of bangers. Then you get track 2, Roll With It. And Roll With It was the single that was involved in the first battle in the Oasis versus Blur war. Roll With It lost to Country House, but it's a good little song, a bit of fun. You gotta roll with it, and hopefully this week there should be a cover of me doing it on this channel. I'm trying to do. I've recorded covers of most of the album for this channel now, and I'm trying to get them all in this week. So yeah, so Roll With It. It's just a good sort of pop, indie, Britpop, rock and roll track. Yeah, sort of loud guitars, some amazing backing vocals on this song, as I've discovered because my band Game On, we're doing a special one-off gig on the 3rd of October, on the Friday, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the album, and we're going to be playing the whole album in its entirety live. And also, I'm going to be our own support act. I'm doing an hour or so beforehand of The Lost Gallagher Brother, which is me and a guitar playing some obscure and well-loved Oasis tracks. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so as we discovered, there are a lot of backing vocals in Roll With It. But it's just a bit of fun. You gotta roll with it. You gotta take your time. Solid. I'm not going to say it's one of my favourite songs, but it's a banger nonetheless. It's a good addition to the album. Then track 3, you get the cough, then you get the infamous F sharp minor 7 chord of Wonderwall. And this was kind of where I'm going to talk about it more in a future video, but I didn't actually get the album on its release. I have to say, I discovered it just a few weeks after it had been out, so not long. I've been listening to Oasis for almost 30 years. I was kind of aware of them beforehand, but I hadn't really sat down and thought, this is a band for me. Do you know what I mean? But Wonderwall, it's just a classic song, isn't it? It's the song that everyone covers. But they all cover it for a reason, I always say at my gigs, I often get requested to do Wonderwall. I'm like, oh, there's a £20 surcharge, and people pay it because they want to hear it. I just don't want people to walk in while I'm doing it and think, oh, not another guy doing Wonderwall. That's my only crime about doing it. But Wonderwall is a fucking good song. It has to be said. It's got its haters, obviously, but mainly because it has been overplayed. But where it sits in the history of music is in a good place. Yeah, it's supposed to be a love song to Meg Matthews. Lyrically, it's not amazing, but it has this hook, and it's just got this kind of drive behind it, this passion, and I can't fault it. I have to say, I still love the song to this day. That's all there is to it. Wonderwall. It's an absolute banger. And don't forget that shortly after, Mike Flowers Pops released his cover of it. I'll talk more about that in my Wonderwall video. But yeah, I don't think you can beat it. It was a huge song, and didn't get to number 1. Funnily enough. That's strange. Such a classic, but didn't get to number 1. As is often the case. Just ask mid-year. Track 4. Oh, hang on. Go on. Do what you got to do. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, maybe you could just help out a small channel by pressing the like button, sharing it to your friends, hit the subscribe button and the alarm notification bell so you can keep up to date with my new videos, and just generally just watching them. It all helps. I'm just a small creator just trying to find my way in this YouTube metropolis. If you really want to help out as well, there's a link to my Patreon in the description and in my About section. So again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Yeah, exactly what he said. So, track 4, Don't Look Back in Anger. A Noel sung song. What do you say about Don't Look Back in Anger? It's an anthem. It was used in the aftermath of the Manchester bombing at the Ariana Grande concert. And at the time, Noel Gallagher donated all profits from the song to whatever the charity was at the time. Respect. It's just one of those songs that just instantly takes you back. It is an absolute classic. When I play it at my gigs, it doesn't fail to get people singing. No one really gets what it's about, but it means something to everyone. It means something different to everyone. I think that can be said for many Oasis songs. They get a lot of stick for, lyrics are a bit weird and all over the place. But if songs are too literal and too specific, that can alienate listeners as well. That's the other thing. So I think Noel got it right. Don't Look Back in Anger, an instant classic. It didn't have Robert Vaughan in the video as like a chauffeur or a butler. And it was all done on like a fisheye lens, and they're in a Rolls Royce limousine and stuff. An absolute fine song, and yeah, it has fewer criticisms than Wonderwall. I don't know. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I think Wonderwall gets more stick than Don't Look Back in Anger. But yeah, absolute legendary song. Track 5, Hey Now. It's a song everyone forgets, but I have got a video of Hey Now coming out this week. Yeah, I don't expect it will get many views, but it is coming out this week, and it's a great song. I think on any other album it would have stood out more. It's just kind of overshadowed by everything else that's on that album, but it's fine. It's the Shy song, but it's a banger. And it's got this really annoyingly long break in the middle, which is hard. When you're playing it as a band, it's hard to come back in at the right time. But we're working on it for next week. But yeah, it's a great song. A little bit long. It's about 6 minutes long. But it's good. It's because you don't hear it often. It's not often on the radio or on playlists and stuff. When you do hear it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot this song. It's good. I like it. Then you get to it was called Untitled, or Untitled Part 1 or something on the album. In fact, on the album just had ... I believe, or a question mark or something like that. I haven't got my copy with me. It's really, really weird. But it's actually like an excerpt from the Swamp Song, which I'll talk more about when I do a Wonderwall video. So the Swamp Song, like an instrumental bit with Paul Weller playing harmonica on it, and yeah, it's more like a lead in to the next song. But what is the next song? Well, that all depends on what medium you listened to the album. If you listened to it on CD, the next song you heard would have been Some Might Say. If you listened to it on cassette, the next song you heard would have been Some Might Say. If you listened to it on vinyl, the next song you heard would have been Bonehead's Bank Holiday. This is another song I'm going to try and get in this week on my channel, so make sure you're liking and subscribing so you can see. Bonehead's Bank Holiday. It's such fun. It's really fun to play in the band. It's fun to gig, and it's fun to listen to. It's a strange song to leave off the album. I have to say, it kind of doesn't necessarily sit with the others as much. It really stands out, but it's great. It's such fun. About going on holiday and meeting a girl called Aveline, and she was with her mum. She talked a lot, but it really is fun, and it sort of sounds a bit like, I don't know, not Slade, not Beatlesy, not Kinksy, sort of Facesy. I don't know. It's got an air of something about it, the Faces or something like that. But it really is fun. And the story was that Bonehead was going to sing it. Bonehead's not mentioned in the song, but Bonehead was going to sing it. But he was so shy and nervous, like, I need a drink before I can sing the song. So they took him down to the local pub that was near the studio. And of course they all got wankered. And then they came back, press record, and then he was too drunk to sing. So Noel actually ended up singing it on the recording, but they did leave in the recording, and right from the whole song, from start to finish, you can hear the drunken ramblings of the band. Yeah, it's a right laugh. Yeah, Bonehead's Bank Holiday, only on the vinyl release of the album. But yeah, an absolute legendary song. Some Might Say is next, and so Some Might Say was recorded in February '95 with Tony McCarroll, because he was still in the band. This was just before he was fired from the band. I don't know why they never re-recorded it with Alan White for the album. I know it's too late for the single, but they could have used Alan White and redone the drums for the album, because then they might not have got sued for so much by Tony McCarroll. But either way, it's fine. It's a sort of standard. It was a number one. It was their first number one, some might say, which is strange because it's not their best song at all. But it's alright. It's a good rocker. It's solid lyrically. It's a bit, but it is an absolute stonker. Another one that's got some really, really good backing vocals. It's a reliable banger. Then you get to Cast No Shadow. Now, Cast No Shadow. I've recorded a version of this on this channel. You should be able to find a link to it. Cast No Shadow, I first properly listened to just less than 30 years ago. Sometime around, I don't know, March or April of '96. Not long after the album had been out. I'd obviously listened to it in the album, but it hadn't really spoken to me. And then I listened to it one day, and I'm not gonna bullshit and say I saw the light and stuff and all that, but there was something in me that clicked and thought, this song is amazing. And from that day forward, it has been my favourite song of all time, and it still is, nearly 30 years later. Dedicated to Richard Ashcroft. Features strings, slide guitar. Noel played bass on it actually, which means it's a slightly trickier bass line than the rest of the stuff, as our bass players discovered. And lyrically, at the time, I thought it was written for me. It could have been. That's how it felt at the time, and for a lot of my life. And now it's my go-to song if I'm feeling down, or if I'm feeling like I've achieved something, feeling proud. Any sort of heightened emotions, it's a good song to play, because it just clicks. I'm thinking about getting something from it tattooed. I haven't decided what yet, which part, because it all speaks to me. I don't want to get just a whole thing, just like a book written on me. I don't want to get like a line or two. I just haven't decided which one because they all mean something. But yeah, Cast No Shadow, in my eyes, a perfect song. Better than perfect. It absolutely means so much to me, that song. And it's such a weird thing to say. But I think musicians and real music lovers will understand what I mean. It's going to be at my funeral at some point. It will be at my funeral, there's no doubt. Yeah, Cast No Shadow. Then you get, I just need a drink. Then you get to She's Electric, which is just a good bit of fun, and it's had criticism. Oh, it sounds like the Beatles. They're using the same chords as the Beatles. They're using the same chords as everyone. The Beatles use the same chords as everyone else. There's a little bit that sounds a little bit like it. They've made no secret of the fact that they are hugely inspired by the Beatles. You're going to get some influence shining through. They haven't ripped them off. It's a pastiche. They have. It's come out in their songwriting. No one else gets that kind of criticism like Noel Gallagher gets. It drives me mad. People say, "Oh, they sound like the Beatles." Yeah, which Oasis song sounds like which Beatles song? You can't do it. It doesn't exist. I've done a video on this. I'm not going down that road again. But it's got some slight similarities. But it's such fun. It's a good little song about a weird person and her weird family. But don't take it too seriously. It's just fun. Another dog's back now. Then you get to the track Morning Glory, with the helicopters and the sound effects and that riff coming in. It's a high octane song. Morning Glory. Whether it's played in that style as the full band or whether it's Noel sat down with his guitar singing it, it absolutely shines through. A modern classic. And it's released as a single in some countries as well. Not over here though. But it could have been. But yeah, it is an amazing track. And I didn't really get it at first. And it took a year or so before I really thought, shit, this is good. This is a good track. And then it kind of fades out, sort of loosely fades out, and you get more helicopters, and then you get some more of the Swamp Song, the Untitled Part 2, a little bit more of that, with the harmonica and stuff. And then that kind of fizzles out and you get this, sounds like waves crashing, and you get the opening guitar to Champagne Supernova, which is a 90s anthem. Absolutely takes me back. For a little while, I think I could have said that Champagne Supernova was my favourite song. Just for a short while, just before Cast No Shadow really dug its nails into me. I think Champagne Supernova could have been. It's got one of my favourite guitar solos ever, partially played by Paul Weller. Excuse me. It's just a fantastic song with the dynamics. It starts acoustic and quiet, then gets mentally loud, then comes back down again, then back up again, and then down again. And it's got this lovely quiet ending, chilled out, perfect way to end an album. And a concert as well. That's also how they end concerts generally. Sometimes they did I'm the Walrus, sometimes it was Champagne Supernova. Yeah, perfect song, I think. In general, I think the whole album is a perfect album. With or without Bonehead's Bank Holiday, it's a perfect album. And it stood the test of time. I remember 30 years ago people saying, oh, people won't be listening to or going to see Oasis in 30 years' time. Well, how wrong are you? But yeah, it's up there as one of the most influential albums of all time, one of the best-selling albums of all time. It came after Definitely Maybe, but there was whatever was in the middle of Definitely Maybe and What's the Story, Morning Glory. It was a little bit less rock and roll, a bit more kind of anthemic, orchestral, kind of epic, bombastic kind of. Actually, bombastic is more for the next album, but yeah, it was a little bit different in that sense. A little bit more mature than Definitely Maybe, I think. Only in the songwriting sense. I certainly prefer it to Definitely Maybe. But yeah, I think it's a perfect album. And if I was doing scores out of 10, it would be 15, 20, I don't know. Can't do that, can you? I'm not a child. But you know what I mean. If you've never heard it, I mean, I find that hard to believe for a start. But so yeah, that's my review of What's the Story, Morning Glory. But yeah, as you watch this now, I'm probably going to see Oasis at Wembley. Enter the shirt. Very, very, very excited. And I will do a review of that concert at some point on this channel, as well as some footage and a video on our 30th anniversary gig for the album. I hope you can make it. If you can, there are tickets in the description. It's on the 3rd of October in Ipswich at the Music Room. Get a hotel. It's going to be such a good night, I promise you. I can't wait. But in the meantime, that's it from me. Thanks very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. What it is I need is like a 20-second clip that I can put at the end of each video. You know how other YouTubers do it, whether I have at the end of a video like 4 things on the screen, it's, you know, like and subscribe, that kind of stuff. I just need something like that, but I don't know what to put.